Hello everybody, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome to another episode cast list analysis for Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, where we get to see everyone that is going to be speaking in next week's episode. I am going to repeat myself, and I do apologize that I sound like a broken record, but there is no episode tomorrow. Episode 8 will be next week on July 5th. I know I've said it in like the last 5 videos, but I already know people will still be like, oh, where's the new episode? So I'm just trying to spread the news as much as I can, because every time there's a week break, everyone usually just always spams me, oh, where's the new episode? Well, I shouldn't say everyone, but a good amount of people do. And so just to clear up any confusion, again, no episode tomorrow, which is why we didn't have a cast list last week. We have the cast list. So if you do not want any spoilers about Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, especially episode 8, click off this video right now. 3, 2, 1. So here it is. I'm going to start with the summary. We only got really one new line of dialogue in this summary, and I guess I'll see if you guys can figure it out before I mention it. Episode 8, The One Who Commands the Wind. Due to Hanoi's program, Zaizen Aoi is now in a comatose state. Feeling responsible for dragging her into the battle against Hanoi, Yusaku tries to investigate the cause of this together with Kusanagi. However, Blue Angel, who's supposed to be in a coma, then appears on the city's monitors and challenges Playmaker to a rematch. So there's actually a bit of different wording in that summary than we got last week. For instance, Blue Angel, who is supposed to be in a coma, that line was left out in last week's summary, and I think that kind of implies what everyone has assumed, that this is not Blue Angel. This is someone posing as Blue Angel. At least that's what I believe. That's what a lot of people do believe. Then again, another theory is that maybe Aoi's mental mind is stuck in VR and her body is in the real world, and there was some issue with the program, and so her conscious got trapped in VR, so she's stuck in VR and she can't leave the virtual world. I don't really believe that, but I guess that still is an outside possibility. Another new line we got is just that Yusaku will be investigating this with Kusanagi. Kusanagi was left out of last week's summary. So I'm going to get into the cast list. Yusaku, the AI, Kusanagi, Naoki, Emma/Ghost Girl, Akira, Revolver, Dr. Kogami, Blue Angel, Rook, Knight, Bishop, 3 members of Soul Tech. We've already known about their existence. Frog/Pigeon/Eagle, and extras. So the Eagle must be a new reporter. It'd be funny if they end up introducing like 6 reporters and they turn out to be like 6 villains and they challenge the 6 people of Soul Tech and the 6 heroes like Yusaku and Aoi and all them. Again, just trying to link everything to the number 6. That probably will not happen. So we have a new character there. It's cool that we'll be seeing Dr. Kogami speak for the second time. I have a feeling he is the one that's taking care of Revolver's father, who is a very interesting figure to me in the early story of VRains. Not only that, but he could have been the one that created the program. We don't know if Revolver created it, if Spectre created it. I think Dr. Kogami might have created it, and if he did create it, then he could talk about the side effects and Aoi's condition, and, you know, just, it'll be interesting to see him talk. He's a very interesting character to me. Speaking of Spectre, we have no Spectre. So I think it's interesting that the man who gave Aoi this program, such a vicious card that ended up almost killing her, and theoretically still could kill her, because again, you might never get out of a comatose state. I'm assuming, and I think everyone's assuming she will at some point. Spectre is non-existent in this episode, which is just kind of interesting to me that he will not be speaking. That's really the one shock of this cast list, for me at least, that Spectre's not in it. I said to a few friends of mine, if Emma is in the cast list, I am convinced she will be the one who is pretending to be Blue Angel to get Yusaku to duel, to get Playmaker to duel, and for the first time ever on a cast list, we have Emma Beso/Ghost Girl, which is her VR name, so that tells me that she will not only be speaking as Emma Beso, maybe to Akira. I really think that Akira could throw the blame at Yusaku and at Playmaker, and he's just going to tell Emma, you have to lure him out, you have to kick his ass, you have to find out what he did by any means necessary, pretend to be my sister. I think Akira's honestly going to give the orders. I know a few people might disagree with that. A few people commented in the last video and said, or in the last review, I think, and said, oh, Emma's definitely not going to pretend to be Blue Angel. There's no way Akira would let that happen. But I honestly think desperate times call for desperate measures, and I think he's going to instruct Emma to pretend to be Blue Angel, just like Go pretended to be the Knight of Hanoi. We know he's used this maneuver before, which worked. It led to the duel between Go and Yusaku, and I think this is what he's going to do to get Yusaku, to get Playmaker out in a state of shock. Like, what the hell is Blue Angel doing back? He's probably going to think it's a trap set by the Knights of Hanoi. Instead, it's a trap set by Aoi's brother Akira, and Emma/Ghost Girl will be dueling Yusaku, which will be a very interesting and hopefully a really enjoyable duel. And hopefully episode 8 is an entirely plot episode. You know, we've seen this now. We've never had a situation in Yugioh VRains where we had a duel, and then the very next episode we had another duel. It's always been a duel, give us the plot, and then maybe towards the end of that episode, like the last minute, the duel begins. Or just a duel, give us the plot, and then the next episode, the duel begins. So they've done a really good job, I think, pacing. I know a few people don't really like that because it's like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Should just be dueling. But to me, I like a good plot. I like building up these characters, and hopefully this episode doesn't only focus on Akira's struggles with what's going on with his sister, and maybe even Yusaku's struggles and Kusanagi's struggles and guilt, but it focuses on Revolver and Kogami and Soltec, and we also have, or not Soltec, Revolver and Kogami and the Knights, and we also have 3 members of Soltec that are going to be speaking to Akira, and they're probably going to tell Akira, look, we just lost one of our most beloved, if not our most beloved, performer in Link VRains thanks to your negligence. Or they might not blame him straight up like that, but they're going to say, well, no, because he was the one who wanted speed duels, and look what this speed duel just led to. And Akira was the one who wanted speed duels to keep on happening, and they said, you better find out what's happening, you better make sure that this doesn't backfire, and now all of a sudden, the idol of Link VRains is in a coma, is in a state of comatose. That's not going to look well on Akira. I'm telling you, they're going to scold Akira. Akira's going to get desperate. He's going to get Emma to pose as Blue Angel, and that's going to lead into the duel. Hopefully we get some good Emma backstory. Maybe we see a past relationship, whether it's platonic or not. I'm not implying, like, obviously a sexual relationship, but just a relationship between Akira and Emma, because it seemed that they've definitely known each other in the past, and I think it will be very interesting to see the relationship maybe further if we get backstory on their past, and maybe Emma was like an older sister figure to Aoi, even though it wasn't biological. I think that would be kind of a cool route for them to go. So a lot of cool things could happen in this episode. You guys let me know all your thoughts down below. I will chat to you guys as I always do, and I'm very excited to hear all of your thoughts on this. I also want to let you guys know I will be on vacation. I am leaving on early Sunday morning. I will not be back until next Friday, so my review for episode 8 unfortunately will be delayed. It will be out Friday night or Saturday morning, around there. I don't think I'm going to do an episode 8 live reaction. I think I'm just going to do a review, because we're also going to get the episode 9 cast list and the summary for episode 9, which I will also not be able to cover until I get back from vacation. And again, when I get back, it'll be like Friday. That'll probably come out on Monday. So those 2 videos will come out probably simultaneously. We might even get the big batch for the month, episodes 10, 11, and 12 by the time I get back. So it's just, there's a lot going on. That's why I'm not going to be reacting to episode 8. And also, for those of you that follow me on Dylan from Anime, if you don't, it would be greatly appreciated. Link is in the description. I cover a few different animes. Right now, the only one going on that I cover is My Hero Academia. That is entering a new arc, and there's a new opening and ending, the 3rd opening and ending, that will be coming out next week, next Saturday morning, right when I get back at 5:30 a.m., and I do want to react to those 2, the opening and the ending, like I do with all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Openings and endings, and then I have to do the episode review later that day. So I have like 5 or 6 videos that I'm going to be frantically making the second I come back. So as much as I would love to react to episode 8, it's just going to be very stressful, and I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Follow me on Twitter for more updates regarding videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.